Calls for a judge to make changes in the gang trial involving Young Thug because of this video circulating online. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie spoke to Fulton DA Fani Willis about the clip. Mark, she said for witnesses, this video is putting lives in danger.
YSL case, prosecutors are seeking some strong steps from the judge in the wake of this leaked video. Now we've got this dated today, signed by Judge Earl Glanville, ordering any and all interested parties to appear before him March 1st, quote, to show cause why the state's motion should not be granted.
Tell us your deepest fears about the release of this video.
It puts people's lives in danger. My worst fear is that it is used as an intimidating tactic and that people might be hurt. What we want to do is make sure that what has occurred in this case stops.
I'm happy to have to make a determination or find out where it came from. I know it didn't come from us. You don't just file a motion to make these allegations where you've got absolutely no basis to back that up. To the extent that anyone is suggesting that Mr. Williams has committed a crime, any crime whatsoever, that is absolutely wrong.
Any suggestion that somebody wanted to get somebody killed, that would be a crime.
It would be a crime. There's no such crime that's been committed by Mr. Williams. I can tell you that. They want to do an investigation? Let's do it. Let's find out. We're focused on defending ourselves in this case. And we're focused on doing so in an ethical and appropriate and a court-ordered manner.
Does it feel like the RICO case against Young Thug and his crew in Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is dragging on into infinity and beyond? If you feel that way, you're not alone. Things are still forming within the case itself. And just when you think there's progress, a new problem arises. For example, one of the things you might have heard about the case is that there are plenty of people who are allegedly snitching on Young Thug and the YSL. While that may benefit them in the short term, it's likely going to hurt them in the long run, and thus hold the case even more. We'll break it down for you. But before we do that, go ahead and do us a favor by leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Do you want the chance to win a brand new iPhone 14 Pro Max, MacBook Pro, or a $500 Amazon gift card? Find the hidden message that's in the video, comment it down below, and subscribe to the channel for a chance to win one of these amazing prizes. Don't forget to hit the like button, and good luck. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Snitches get stitches? Twitter was in an uproar after a video was leaked showing a man being interrogated by the YSL gang Young Thug case. In the video that was stolen from investigators and made public, a man says, "This is a murder that's about to take place with some very hot people, and the stuff that I know right now should be able to help me get out of my situation." One posting of the video on YouTube has received over 30 million views according to WSB TV. In the comment section, people have responded with threats against the man's life, causing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to have concern for the witness's safety. One person wrote, "That deserve every bullet he gon' get. You gon' die, Goofy." Another said with rat emojis. "It puts people's lives in danger," Willis says. "My worst fear is that it's used as an intimidating tactic and people might get hurt." Though the video was recorded about a year ago, the defense only received the video a couple of months back. Many think the defense might have leaked it. Keith Adams, the attorney representing the defendant, said, "I'm happy to have them make a determination or find out where it came from. I know it didn't come from us." The district attorney wants Judge Earl Glanville to order an investigation into how the video got leaked. She also wants a motion filed to rule that defense attorneys can only view videos like this one in her office, adding a caveat that the lawyers are not allowed to record them. Adams says he's against this and says it implies the YSL lawyers leaked the video. You don't just file a motion and make these allegations when you've got absolutely no basis to back that up, and that's what happened in this case, he said. Adams thinks this is unreasonable and that the prohibition is unconstitutional. That being said, it's not hard to see why he would want to keep his avenue open, because if he was the person who leaked the tapes, it would help his cause in multiple ways. After all, if witnesses are too scared to show up and testify, there can be no case made against his client. We're not saying that he definitely leaked the video, but there's no reason for the prosecution to do it, as they would hurt their case if so. As such, it has to be someone who would benefit from the case stalling or petering out. Lil Woody. If this story about snitching has you recalling a certain other story about snitching in the case, you might remember some of the other developments in this case, specifically the tale of Lil Woody allegedly snitching on YFN Lucci and his crew via another leaked video. The clip sees Woody talk with presumably two lawyers, officials, or colleagues about a murder that's apparently going to happen. Furthermore, the two interrogators struggle to get information out of him regarding his knowledge. However, many online presumed that his information led to further investigations and actions from from law enforcement. Despite the ongoing court struggles of both Lucci and Thug, it's unclear in which case this information will land. Not only that, but the two beefing camps faced changes and altercations thanks to the other's involvement. For example, the court pushed back Lucci's trial so that he could potentially testify in the YSL RICO case. YFN Lucci's trial was due to begin January 9th, same as Young Thug's. Atlanta reporter George Cheedy tweeted, "The YFN gang and RICO case is just as wide-ranging as the YSL case. The two are connected. Lucci is a witness, but Lucci's trial date has been postponed," his attorney said. No court date has been set. Still, the Everyday We Lit rapper's legal team denied his participation in Thug's case. And here we go, Cheedy further reported. For clarification, Lucci's on the state's witness list. That doesn't mean he's going to testify, but he could still be called. Don't at me with questions about snitching, I don't care. Moreover, he faces charges of murder and gang activity. Also, he claimed to be a stabbing victim in a plot set out by YSL to take him down. Meanwhile, this conversation around snitching in YSL usually revolves around its own members taking plea deals. However, Lil Rod's father recently testified that the district attorney promised him freedom if he snitched on Young Thug. Miss Willis went down to that jail and told my son if he stated in a video clip. Listen to what I say. I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. If he say Thug gave him $10,000 to that boy, then we'll let you out of jail. So there's a lot to process here, as according to the video that has been posted, Lil Woody might have been snitching on his crew for over 11 years now. Though that would raise the question of, well, if he's been snitching, why has nothing come of it until now? The answer to that may be that the case wasn't strong enough at the time. As some stated, the information he may have given to these alleged law enforcement people might not have been viable for one reason or another. But then again, RICO cases sometimes take many years to make and then prosecute. They could have easily been biding their time until they knew they could get someone like Young Thug, as he's the alleged leader of the gang, on the hook for something big. So there are clearly many moving parts and missing pieces to help make sense of all of this. But no matter how you read it, the common denominators is that there are snitches in the ranks, and people aren't happy about it. You saw what the online community was saying after that one video got leaked, but that's not the people that those snitches should be worrying about. The code. As The Wire wisely said, every man has a code they must live by. Sometimes it's a code of conduct, and sometimes it's a code about who you deal with and who you don't. Even the worst of criminals have lines, however small, that they don't cross. In the rap community, they have put self-imposed rules on those close to them to ensure that no one gets busted. The biggest one being that you don't snitch on someone to get yourself out of jail sooner. If you go to jail, you serve your time. But if you do snitch, well, that's when the other part of the code comes in, because snitches get put down. There are plenty of examples of this happening, and there are also those who have gone to extreme lengths to snitch and not get put down. The most infamous being 6ix9ine. He ratted on the crew that helped him get fame in the music industry, and then he hired 24/7 protection to ensure that no one could get to him. And trust us, there were plenty of people who wanted to silence 6ix9ine. The irony was that this basically broke him financially, and he struggled to make ends meet ever since. So you tell us, was the snitching worth it? But the real problem here is that if the snitches got too scared to testify, that hinders the case against YSL and Young Thug, and they could walk out scot-free. Of course, that would also mean that the trial had actually started. The jury pool. If you're looking for a big reason why the case hasn't even gotten close to starting, that would be because of jury selection. Typically, there are a couple dozen to a couple hundred jurors in a pool because of various things that could affect their judgment. Remember, a jury is meant to be mostly impartial, if not fully. Most judges settle for mostly because they know it's impossible for people to fully pull off their blinders, regardless of the cause of them. The process can be tedious, but the goal is to get the 12-person jury they need, unless they are in a trial that calls for less, so that the trial can go forward. So can you guess what we're about to say now? Young Thug's RICO trial will reportedly call 1,200 potential jurors for evaluation, according to legal documents obtained by sources. Yep, that's right. By the end of this, they're gonna have potentially 1,200 jurors screened just so they can find the 1% that will be able to do their duty. While authorities arrested Thug and the rest of the YSL co-defendants almost a year ago, the trial still isn't underway, as we've noted. Moreover, it's been subject to a lengthy and delayed jury selection process, which is no closer to completion after hundreds of participants. Furthermore, this selection process could take several more months, which only means more time behind bars in this high-profile case. The documents about the jury read as such: the jury clerk shall send a sufficient number of subpoenas to result in the appearance of an additional 1,200 prospective trial jurors, 300 on February 24th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m., 300 on March 17th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m., 300 on April 28th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m., and 300 on May 19th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. The prosecutive jurors will watch a pre-recording reading of the indictment for this case and hear preliminary jury instructions from Chief Judge Glanville on these respective dates. In addition, prospective jurors will have to answer a questionnaire from the court under oath and participate in potential hardship examinations, which aim to identify factors such as mental or physical disability. Will justice ever be served? That question is one that many are likely asking because of how long things are taking. It's been months since things started to roll with this trial, and we're not even done with jury selection yet. And to be impartial, the longer this takes, the longer Young Thug and his crew will be in jail. Now, if they're proven guilty, that's not a problem. But what if they're proven innocent? If you didn't know, the prosecution has been very lenient in the plea deals it's given out, with the exception of Young Thug. He hasn't been offered one, and the word is that he won't ever get one because the prosecution is focusing on taking him down. But if he's proven innocent, then he can turn the tables and go after the government for their witch hunt. None of that matters though if the case doesn't even start. But with that being said, there you have it everyone, a look at the latest developments in the Young Thug case and whether things are going to get worse for those who are testifying against Young Thug and the YSL crew. Do you think that their snitching will get them in deep with the crew? Do you think that this may cause more struggles in the case? What do you make of the case as a whole right now? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.